Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Road to Founders Club Zoom tonight. Kristi is going to be putting on a great training for us. But before we get started in doing that, I want to see where everybody's points are at and how many unique accounts you have and quick starts. So let's put that in the comments. And if you've already earned it, go ahead and give yourself a shout out that you've earned it. If you've earned any of the bonuses, like the $300 cash bonus or an extra night or the 2 nights, put that in there as well. And keep in mind, we are in the last quarter of the qualification period. So if you need to get some work done, this is grind time. Okay, don't let too many more weeks go by before you get this locked in. All right. So Kristi, I'm going to turn this over to you because I know you are chomping at the bits to give us an amazing training tonight. So the floor is all yours.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stacy. And thanks, guys, for jumping on here. And I think this topic that we have tonight is pretty helpful. I know it was helpful for me when I read this. And so I was like, you know what? I am going to pass this on because I feel like a lot of us, we're trying to work with our teams. We're trying to figure out who's working, who's not, who's being intentional, who's not, who we should spend more time with, and who's not. So I'm going to talk to you guys about 4 different types of downlines and who you should work with. Okay, so every distributor that you have or every customer that you have can literally be divided into these 4 different categories. So I want you to really evaluate and really think about this. And you can even think about what you are as well. Like, would you hire yourself with the time that you're putting in, with the effort that you're putting in right now? I know that I have been so sidetracked, which is why I do this, so that I can spend all of this time with my daughter's soccer. But we just got done doing this huge tournament that I help run it. So I have not been putting a lot of time into my Singular business, but I've still been networking. I've still been adding to my Facebook. I've still been meeting new people. So I'm doing it in kind of a roundabout way. But as far as hiring myself, I don't know if I would necessarily do that over this last week just because of the different, restrictions that I have put on myself with my time and all of that. So when I'm going through this, I want you to think about your team. And if you're like, I don't even have a team, well, you have had a team, right? You have had people signed up, you have worked with people, and maybe they're still there. So I want you guys to really think about this. So number one, the first category that we are going to talk about is, now don't laugh about this either, okay? They are the whiners and the complainers. How many of you guys have whiners and complainers on your team? You know who they are, you guys. These guys are the blamers. They blame everybody for everything that goes wrong or everything that they didn't get done. They complain about everything, from the price of the products, from running out of the most amazing product ever. Like, we back ordered, they're going to complain about that. How long it's taking to get orders. They complain about the time of the trainings. They complain about, always feeling picked on. They talk more about people and focusing on who's not doing things than focusing on who is doing things. And no matter what you do, they're always going to complain. This seems like they have a problem for every solution that you have. How many of you guys have those people on your teams that you're just like, oh my gosh, one more thing? You guys, eventually they're going to fall off. Okay. They're going to quit anyway. They're always going to have a problem. You have got to limit your time with these people. And crazy statistic for you guys, these people make up about 27% of your team. That is crazy to me. And it seems like they are the suckers, the black holes, the people that demand your time instead of appreciate and deserve your time. So you have got to realize who those people are and make sure that you are limiting your time with them. Okay, the second group of people, the second category we have are the followers. Okay, how many of you guys feel like you have followers on your team? Now, the followers, they do very little, but they're great cheerleaders. They always want to be a part of something. They always want to know about what's going on. And these make up about 65% of your organization, and they may get 1 or 2 customers here and there, but not much more. How many of you guys have these people on your team? I do. They love the products, they love the service, but they just do not put in the time to make it happen. Okay. And so you need to make sure that you support these people by still including them in your group training, still reaching out and checking on them, and never make the mistake of thinking they're not worth anything, and do not scare them away. Okay. Because those followers, you never know what they could turn into. But I'm just telling you guys right now, even if they're ordering 30 points a month, that's 30 points a month. I will take any 30 points a month that I can get from anybody. So do not get rid of your followers. Let your cheerleaders be there. Let them be a part of this, and just keep praying and hoping that they soon become more one day and they can actually see the bigger picture. But some people, just so you know, they're only here for the friendships. They really don't want a lot out of this. They're not sure what their why is. They're just here to be a part of something bigger. And isn't it cool that we have such an amazing company that people just want to be a part of for that? Okay, so don't forget that. Do not discredit your followers. 65% of your organization. Okay, that's huge. Number 3, the third category are the supporters. Okay, and the supporters, they are producers. They are the ones out there working. They are the ones out there signing people up. And guess what? They are extremely rare. Extremely rare. So if you have what you want to call a supporter, somebody who's out there producing, somebody who's on all the training, somebody who will step in and help you. Like I have a couple supporters and also leaders, which is the next category. I have a couple of those people who picked up the slack when I couldn't really put all that I could into this last week. They picked up the slack. They take care of the team. And these make up about 5% of your team. So they are very, very rare, but just make sure that you just work with those supporters. You need to work with them one-on-one and grow them into leaders. Okay, these are the people you need to watch for. They make sales. They do everything that you ask them to do. They're very, very coachable. They don't complain. Those are the people that are going to be strong leaders. Okay, and the fourth category that we have, these are our leaders. Okay, you guys, this is extremely rare. Extremely rare. You guys are on this training on a Tuesday night, which I'm sure there's a million other things that you could be doing. You guys are showing up. They are very, very rare. We have so many people in this group, and you guys are the ones doing it. Okay. So remember, these are true leaders who take action, and they really make up about 3% of your team. You know, the only difference between the supporters and the leaders are that the leaders have enough confidence to take action themselves. Okay. The leaders don't need you to tell them what to do. They're not going to ask you a million questions about what to do, what's okay, what's not okay. They are just going to do it. How many of you guys truly believe that you have at least a leader on your team? Somebody that can step up. See how rare that is? Everyone's like, oh my gosh, no way. Okay. It is very, very rare. So you've got to build those supporters into the leaders. You have to work with people that deserve your time. Now, if you set up a phone call with someone and they don't answer, right? Or they push it off, or they always, and I know things come up, but if they always have a reason why they can't get on, do you think they deserve your time? Or if you get on that phone call with them and they don't want to talk about their goals, or they haven't even posted their goals for the month yet, do you think they deserve your time? They do not. Okay. You have got to make sure that you're looking for the next leader. And like I said, work with the people that deserve your time, and not need your time. That's huge. Needing and deserving are two different things. Everybody needs your time, but you're very, very limited. So think about the ones who deserve it. And you guys, there's nothing wrong with the followers. This kind of circled back around and said, you know what? The whiners will eventually quit, so don't waste the time on them. The followers are different. They want to be a part of something. They're a valuable part of your team because they become your main customer base. Don't make the mistakes. Don't try to micromanage. Don't try to tell them they're not doing enough. Don't try to tell them what they need to be doing. Just love them where they're at. Okay. But I want you guys to think about this. Like, where are you focusing your time? Because when I went through this training, it really taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about the time that I'm wasting. It taught me a lot about the people that I'm working with. It taught me a lot about loving people where they're at and making sure that I'm not expecting too much from the people who aren't going to give me more, right? Because that's just going to waste my time. So you have to learn where you're focusing your time. So a lot of times people are that we're working so hard for Founders Club unique accounts, and we're working so hard to get someone promoted to the next level so we can use them as a unique account. And I find that we want it more for them than they really want it for themselves. Okay, that's really, really hard because we want them to be successful. We want them to see the bigger picture. We want them to earn the trip with us. We want them to walk across the stage. We want them to go to the event. We want them to get on a training. So we have got to start focusing on the people who are doing it and not the people who say they're going to do it. So that's a huge, huge difference there. So I'm going to wrap this up telling you guys, we have 10 weeks left. 10 weeks left for this Founders Club year that we're working on. It is time to get intentional. If you really want to earn this trip, you have got to get intentional. Don't just be doing the things to cross them off of your list. I mean, don't get me wrong. I totally get satisfaction from marking the little box, checking something off my list. You guys, I even put showering on my to-do list every day because I love to check it off. That's a big thing for me, just marking things off. But we have got to do things to get intentional. When it comes to Singular, you have got to build relationships. Relationships are going to keep you valued customers. Okay, if you're just going out and trying to make a sell, trying to work on your unique account, trying to stack people, whatever, just trying to get that done, you're not going to build a huge business. This trip is just kind of icing on the cake. It is not designed to just hurry and earn a trip and not build your business. It is designed to build your business and get a trip as the reward. So if you guys are intentionally working this, you're going to intentionally be building that business. If you are not doing that, it's seriously like, say that you're building a fence around your backyard and you work, and you are putting up these posts and you are building this fence and you get that one unique account and then you just let them go. And then you stop working with them and then you're focused on the next one. That's like taking all the fence posts that you just put in already down and starting all over again. You have got to be intentional about building your business with this. A couple little tidbits for you guys. Like I said, you have 10 weeks left. Now, I know that the last month of this, everyone's like, okay, I'm going to ask people for favors. Okay, I'm going to get serious about this. Okay, I am really going to work my tail off. Let's start this now. Okay. This is a numbers game, and do not wait until the last month to ask for favors from people in your circle. It's a numbers game. If you are not getting customers, if you're not getting people interested in the products, you are not talking to enough people. Black and white. Talk to more people every day. If you are not getting partners, this one's going to sting a little bit because if you know me, you know I'm a product girl. And I always had trouble talking about the opportunity. And I don't know why, because it's completely changed my life. I should be as passionate about the opportunity as I am about the products, but a lot of us struggle with that. So if you are not getting partners, you need to talk more about the opportunity. Do it scared. Do it afraid. Just tell people what it's done for you. Get them on the phone with someone that it's also changed their life. I've done 3 opportunity calls for people today because it has changed my world. It is what pays my bills. It is what puts food on my table. It is what allows me to do the things that I'm never going to have to regret. I'm able to be everywhere I need to be when I need to be there, supporting my kids. They can never say my mom wasn't there because I get to do it. And it gets me every single time I even think about it, you guys, because I get to do this every day. Okay, and we need to be more passionate about what we get to do every day. Another idea for you guys, do Facebook parties. And I know that the complainers are going to be like, I already tried that. It didn't work very good. Do it again. Do it again. Get someone's board or get someone's ideas. Some people are being super successful at these. Ask your friend to throw you a Facebook party, because guess what? It's not about your friend. It's about your friend's network. Okay. Every person that I meet, I don't just think about changing their life. And I don't even remember who told me this years and years ago, but every person that I meet, I think about the number 100 on their forehead. The number 100 is on their forehead because I can guarantee you they at least know 100 people that I do not know. So it might not be for them. It might be for someone in their circle, in their network, maybe someone in their family. Do you know that 14 years ago when I was introduced to this, nobody talked to this about myself. It was not about myself. It was, Kristi, I have something that will help your mom. Had nothing to do with me, you guys. So don't just approach people or don't just meet people and think, oh, if they say no, I can't get anywhere with this. Get into their networks, because you never know whose life you're going to change if you do that. So by throwing a Facebook party, asking someone to do that for you, hey, will you just invite your friends here so I can tell people? I know you're not interested, but I am so passionate about this. I would love to be able to tell your friends this and hopefully change someone's life in the process. Okay. Make it about who they know. Don't make it all about them, but you've got to get into their networks. Another thing, set up an in-person meeting or a party. How many of you guys are scared to do that yourself? I was for a long time, a long, long time, and I even know Colette has done this before, because I'm going to give you an idea that she did. She had me Zoom in, FaceTime call into one of her parties, not even on her team, just to share my story. And I even think the people signed up that were there. That's all you need. You don't need to wait for a leader. You don't need to wait for your upline. You don't need to wait for your crossline. You don't need to wait for your town to host a party or a meeting. Do it yourself. Get out of your comfort zone, because I'm telling you, when you talk to people face to face, and you can have somebody FaceTime in and share their story, that's works all the time. But it can just be quick. Here you go, answer questions, you're done type thing. Because we know that we're all spread out, but we're showing people that you can do this wherever you are, and that you have support wherever you are. You don't have to be in the same town, the same area, the same neighborhood, any of that kind of stuff. You can be wherever and still support. That's the blessing of that we have here with social media, and with the way that the phone systems are now. We can be anywhere we want to be. But do this. Do not wait for someone to do it for you. Be bold. Okay. I don't care if nobody shows up. Make something out of it. Okay. When I used to do meetings almost every night when we were just starting out, when I was trying to grow this business, and I would go and I would schedule meetings, and I would drive an hour to Salt Lake, because I live out in the country. So I would drive an hour into Salt Lake, and guess what? Sometimes I had one distributor there. Nobody else came. So guess what we would do? We would go to a restaurant, or we would go to the mall, and we would talk to strangers. I would teach them how to talk to people. I would show them how easy it is. And I would show them how fun it is to practice on people that you don't know. Because think about this. If you're afraid to talk to people that you don't know, you should actually be more excited to talk to people that you don't know. Because can you imagine if you went up to like a cousin of yours, or an uncle of yours, or an aunt of yours, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I am so passionate about this. I am so excited about this. And you try to give them the information and you totally blow it. You're going to see them all the time. But I have literally went up to a stranger before and blew it, messed up, said all the wrong things, laughed at myself, and turned around and walked away. I never saw them again. Okay. Those are the best people to practice on. Give someone a compliment. Find something that that you have in common. For me, like, I just got this new little puppy, micro mini golden doodle. She's so cute. Her name's Molly. Oh my gosh. Everywhere I take Molly, do you realize I connect with people? One lady down at the soccer field, she's like, I saw a picture of your puppy. She's like, I have a puppy. And I was like, oh my gosh, we should totally be puppy mom friends. She's on my Facebook. Now I'm a puppy mom friend. I don't even like dogs, you guys. It's amazing what you can do. You just find a way to connect with people and it becomes easy. Guess what? That happened 3 days ago now. Guess who has already asked me about my collagen? My puppy dog mom friend. Because I'm still posting, I'm still active. She wants to know more about what I do. So do not be afraid to get into people's networks, you guys. And lastly, be the leader that you want to recruit. Don't wait for someone to teach you how to be a leader. Don't wait for someone to answer all of your questions. Be bold about what you have. Get good about sharing your story. And that's really all you got to know when it comes to this. Share your story, talk to more people, but you guys have got to get intentional. Like I said, 10 weeks left. If you have already earned the trip, you should be going for the extras. If you've already got all the extras, you should still be picking people up on your team and trying to get them to come with you. Because, oh, here I am. Because what we have can change people's lives, and we cannot forget that. The trip is a bonus. The trip is icing on the cake, but these little tiny things are going to help to build your business. So decide who is worth your time. Where are you spending your time? Are you trying to raise the dead? Because I'm telling you, and Cynthia Evans says this all the time, it is easier to give birth than raise the dead. And what I mean by that, if you have a dead team, so to say, you have a team that is dragging you down, you have a dead team, find a new team, find more people. Stop trying to drag those people. Get those rocks out of your backpack, because it's going to be a lot easier, and you want to attract people that have the same values and the same needs and the same wants and the same goals that you have. And I promise you they're out there. But if you're so busy trying to raise the dead, you're never going to be able to find them, because you're not going to have the time. So, Stace, that's all I got for you guys tonight. Short, sweet, and to the point. And there you go.
Awesome. Thank you, Kristi. Such an awesome training. And I hope you guys really listen to what she was saying when she was going through each of the people that you have on your team. Each of them are important in different ways, but I cannot stress how important it is to know who you're working with. Know who is interested in building a business, who is interested in getting their products paid for, who's interested in making an extra $1,000, an extra $5,000. Know what they want so you know how to work with them. And I've read this and heard this over and over and over again in a book by Eric Worre called Go Pro. I'm pretty sure it was from this book. Is you want to have people that's going to do 10%, and that's all they're going to do, and that's fine. You have people that will do 30% and 50% and 75%. And rarely will you find anyone that does 100%. But know what level people are willing to work at, and know that unless they have a bigger vision that grows within them, do not want to go beyond that. Your 10%ers are more than likely not going to do more than 10%. So don't get upset with them when they've expressed, this, I only want to get my products paid for, and you're trying to work with them on making extra $10,000 a month, and they're not willing to do those extra steps. It's because they don't have the vision. They don't want that. Find the people who want the bigger things and focus on working with them a little more. And I hope all that makes sense. But Kristi, that was an awesome, awesome training. Guys, get to work. We only have a few weeks left. So know who you're working with. It's very important at this point. You should have a list of every month. You should have a list of 3 to 5 people that you're working with. And maybe at this point, your list may need to be a little bit bigger than that. You may need to have a list of 7 to 10 people that you're working with, because all of those people are not going to hit quick start or hit manager, hit silver manager. But when you start off the month with knowing who you're going to be working with, and as you're going through day by day and you're saying, okay, this person is not being coachable, they're not doing what they're needing to do to get manager or quick start or whatever it is, don't spend much time, move on. Because right now our time is very limited in Earning Founders Club. So identify those people really quick of who are not going to, be coachable, and identify the ones who are going to be coachable and work with them. So that's it. You guys have a great night. Well, we love you guys. And as always, God bless.